A lot of you have been asking for this, so here are my thoughts on the polyamorous representation in the latest Gossip Girl reboot. I was actually interviewed a couple of weeks ago about this, but I'll go into a deeper dive here. One thing this show did that I really appreciated was that it showed a polyamorous dynamic between two men and one woman, as opposed to what you normally see, such as in shows like You, Me, Her, which was between two women and one man. Now, I have absolutely nothing against FFM triads, but I do feel that their overrepresentation in the media when it comes to polyamorous relationships is largely down to mainstream shows trying to cater towards the heteronormative gaze, so I was really glad to see that that didn't happen here. Speaking of overrepresentation, the fact that triads are overrepresented in the media as well, to the point where some people think that all polyamory is triads, is also down to catering towards a monogamous audience, because I do feel that lots of people view triads as just monogamy but with more people, and in reality, triads, closed triads in particular, are extremely rare in the polyamorous community. Most people date separately. I have a lot of really great things to say about the story itself. Now, Archie, Audrey and Max had been longtime friends, and Archie and Audrey were in a pre-existing relationship. They started hooking up for fun, and then they started developing feelings for each other over time. But they had already been very, very close friends before. And all three of them had existing kind of struggles, insecurities and fears upon coming into this dynamic, and I thought that those were very accurately and realistically portrayed. For example, like when they had a threesome for the first time, Archie and Audrey had a little debrief afterwards where they were quite nervous about what happened, and Max kind of coached them through it because like he had done this before, he had kind of been a third to couples before, and I thought that that was a very sweet moment. And, you know, just other things like the conversations they had about, Max gave a very, very big speech at one point about how he felt left out of the situation and how he felt very insecure as a new person entering this dynamic because, you know, if anything happened, he felt that he would be the one to be discarded if any jealousy arose. And the couple listened to his concerns, and the three of them like worked something out together. And I thought that was really, really beautiful. And also just the fact that there were not one but two bisexual male characters on screen being supported by their shared girlfriend was just really beautiful to see, and you don't see that very often. Just as a side note, the sex scenes in this show are really fucking hot. But they were also there to drive the plot along. They weren't just there to titillate the audience, so I thought that was a great perk. Overall, I highly recommend this show because this is one of the rare moments where I was genuinely impressed by how well written the storyline was. I mean, it's funny, the characters are hot, it punches you right in the feels, you know, it's got everything that a good show needs. So yeah, go watch the Gossip Girl reboot.